day by day, week by week, every action we take and every word we speak forms the rope of Aotearoa, te taura tangata. Fibers combining, each strand intertwining, its intricate interlacing is woven stronger each generation as we realize the strength when we come together as one. For this rope will only pull the weight of our country once the braiding of our peoples is done. We say we want to understand everyone, yet we still separate ourselves with stereotypes. We say we want to stand together, yet we still divide ourselves with discrimination. We say we want to connect all peoples, yet we still break apart because of our bias. We know we need to unite, yet for some reason we are still wrenched apart by our racism. The same racism that 50 years ago had my Pasifika people hiding behind their doors as they were dawn raided, arrested and abused because the government didn't need them anymore. The same racism that 40 years ago had a teacher pull a Samoan 5-year-old's hair because he could only speak his mother tongue. And 3 years ago had an 11-year-old boy hit on his first day of school because he looked like a black clown. The same racism that 4 years ago shot unmercifully in Christchurch, leaving over 50 people dead. And 2 years ago left Hoda beaten and concussed, her hijab stripped off her head. The same racism that means these speech awards have been going for over 21 years. And if no significant progression is made, will only be helpful to wipe our country's tears after the death of our diversity and cultural richness we say we sought. Consequences of institutionalized bias and racism that must be untaught. How can we use one end of our rope to pull up an island for people of priority, while the other end, knotted and tangled, still chokes and strangles those of minority? Each victim to racism in our country is individually unique. Yet they stay united because underneath these wounds of racism still sounds hope's faint heartbeat. E so'o le whau I le whau means in Samoan to connect one fiber with another because a single thread cannot hold its own. Its strength comes from being woven with others in unity. And so today, for each of us, I have 3 steps to prepare and weave our people, our threads, so that we may have the amplified strength we need to pull our future ahead. Tasi, 1, strip away the unnecessary waste, remove racist laws. Loa, 2, make the threads equal, make our people equal. Tolu, 3, braid the strands together, unite our communities. Tasi, 1, strip away the unnecessary waste, remove racist laws. In Pasifika culture, we use the fibers of the Neo Afa coconuts to weave our afa, our ropes. But before we can begin to twist and braid these fibers together, we must first strip it of its unnecessary waste. Before we can begin to twist and braid our people together, we must first strip our country of its racist laws and policies, changes and differences that need to be made to take it a step further than apologies. The bill to reinstate New Zealand citizenship to the Samoans who had it stripped away from them in 1982 must be passed to loosen this knot of resentment and allow these strands to be woven together. The agreement to have government departments' primary names in English must be removed and allow any official language of Aotearoa to be a primary name. The legislation passed to disestablish the Māori Health Authority must be repealed. Each of these knots and more need to be untangled to allow our rope the opportunity to be braided together. Law, 2, make the threads equal, make our people equal. Once we have stripped away the burdens which weigh down our threads, all of our fibers must be of equal length when compared. Once we have stripped away the racist laws which weigh down our people, all of our communities must be treated and respected in a way which is equal. The hierarchy between the different communities in Aotearoa is causing each of our threads to be of a different length. To braid together as one, we must make sure that each of our communities is supported and resourced to have the same strength. Solu. 3. Braid the strands together, unite our communities. Finally, after our fibers are of equal length, we can begin to weave our rope together. Finally, after our communities are respected equally, we can begin to weave our people together. Each group in our country represents a single thread of our rope, overflowing with its own cultural richness. But can you imagine the beauty and the strength if, like the threads that we represent, we came together in solidarity? If, like the strands of a rope being braided, each of us wove our way into a community's cultural richness that isn't ours? I challenge you, Aotearoa, to go support a cultural event that is not your own, to take a course in a language that is not your own, to defend a victim of a racist comment that is not your own, so that each of us take our thread and intertwine it with another, weaving our afa, our rope, and allowing it to recover. Tasi, loa, and solo. The 3 stages that we must follow to reweave te taura tangata in unity, because I believe that as the weavers of our future, it is our responsibility to redefine, to untangle these knots and then leave them behind, so that we as people of Aotearoa can stand together and say that we've created positive change to lessen the hate in our lives, that we've decreased our mokopuna's chance of falling to a discriminatory demise, that we can wave our society's susceptibility to racist hate goodbye, and we will say this looking straight into the next generation's dreaming eyes, knowing we've given them the chance to come up on this new rise by strengthening te taura tangata. My name is Jessica Saini Whakari Tupai. I am Samoan, Tongan, and Irish. I am a proud daughter of the Pacific and rangatahi of Aotearoa. I was entangled and knotted by this racism, but I now stand as one small strand of te taura, leafa, the rope that will achieve and weave together Aotearoa in race unity, braiding together our people since Maui slowed down our sun, until finally we stand united with not 5 million heartbeats, but one.